Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I have a collective haul. I have found some more Better Homes and Gardens wax cubes, as well as some of the Sationals. And also I'm using back to my regular video camera. I'm really trying to do some experimenting between my two cameras that I use, because the other one that actually does the HD videos, I'm having like a little difficulty with it, with like the clicking, and sometimes it makes like kind of a fuzz over my voice. So I'm having to work on that one. So I'm giving this another try, my actual video camera. I may have to like break down before Christmas or something, get me a good like HD video camera. But until then, if it's a little fuzzy and not as good, that's going to be why. But yeah, so some of these were marked down to like $1.50 from their usual $2. This might be kind of a long video because I had actually recorded a smaller haul, like collection haul of them. And then they came out with even more. So I was like, well, let me give it a few more days. That way, you know, I can collect a few more here and there and kind of make it a little bit bigger and better. So I'm going to talk about each of the fragrances. So I will start with some of these that were, at the first two right here are not, they're the regular two, but the rest were $1.50. So just, they're not fall related. So I just kind of plugged them in. This is the French Lilac Flowers. I really love this one. It's definitely pretty strong. If you are one of those people that get like a little bit nauseated with especially floral scents and ones that are strong, this may not be a good icebreaker for you, but if you do love because it's not an annoying, to me it's not an annoying floral scent, but I understand some people out there, you know, have to be really picky about it. But I love the smell of lilacs. It smells very genuine to lilacs, and this is a definite good one. And of course, it's a beautiful shade of lilac purple. So next I have, this could kind of be considered fall, I don't know, but I mean, you know, it's Vanilla Bean, and this one is wonderful because it is a true, like, delicious vanilla smell. Like, it's not cupcakey, kind of like, you know, what vanilla cupcakes and type, you know, buttercreams, thing like that. It stands on its own. It reminds me a little bit of like if you go to Bath and Body Works in places and you actually get like the Dreamy Vanilla Woods or Warm Vanilla Sugar. It reminds me of that type of a good sweet vanilla, and it's a definite good one for the wax cubes. So this one is phenomenal. Then we have Country Sunflower. This starts into my ones that were marked down to $1.50. Now, if you go in the store, it may not necessarily say that they're $1.50, but if they're older, like summer and early spring ones, I'll take them to the scanner and kind of like double check. So all the rest of these are. So definitely check it out if you still see these guys lingering in your stores. But this one I love, and I don't know what technically sunflowers smell like. Not like something familiar like a lilac or lavender, something like that. But this one is super strong. Every time that I like open it up, I just get a huge whiff of it. And it's very, very, very good. But it is a little bit strong, kind of like that lilac one. So again, if you're a person who gets a little queasy or just can't stand the smell of florals, this may not really be the guy for you. But if you are like me and, you know, certain ones I can stand, some I can't, this is a definite good one. This one here is a repurchase because I fell in love with it so much the first time from Sationals. This is Cupcake, and it's a very pretty shade of pink here. This one is to die for. This has been one of my favorite like cupcake fragrances. This one smells more of like, you know, if you get ice cream or something that's cake batter, it's more of that batter and the buttercream. Not so much like when you actually bake a cake with the smell that, you know, just that baking smell that comes out. This one just makes me think of more of like the icing and the batter. But it is really good, and this one is severely strong. I put it one little cube in like my bedroom downstairs, and my husband can smell it like 2 rooms away because he thought I was actually baking something, so he was getting a little bit excited. I was like, actually, no, that's just one of my wax cubes going, so he was bummed out. So that's a good one, especially, yeah, if you're a cupcake fanatic like myself. This one I was very excited to find, Garden Cantaloupe. I love this one. This is a very sweet cantaloupe smell. I actually hate cantaloupe the fruit. Like, I can't stand it, but my husband eats it, so that's how I know what it smells like. And this one is just super, super sweet, but in a very delicious type way. It kind of reminds me, oopsies, like if they ever made like a bubblegum flavored cantaloupe. That's kind of that very, very strong, sweet, I mean, not artificial, because it doesn't really smell artificial, but it just makes me think of, like, what bubblegum would smell like if it was in this flavor, if that makes any sense. I know I might throw out some weird analogies, but, again, it's super sweet. I don't really know how else to describe it, but it is phenomenal. So, you guys, if you can catch that one, I would get it. And this one as well is ginger peach. Another good, super sweet peach. This one totally, and again with the weird analogies, but if you've ever gotten a snow cone, Snow Biz or whatever, and you get the peach flavored, that syrup that they put in it, this is exactly what that smells like. And I love those. That's my favorite, like Snow Biz, like Snow White, like cone to get, is the peach. And so I love this one. I love, it's more of a real peach fragrance rather than a super artificial one, because sometimes peach can go very great or very bad. This one went actually very well, so I'm excited about that one. And the last one marked down was Wild Thing. I've seen it around for a while. If you guys know what this technically is, please share, because this is like a mystery scent to me. Now, I don't have the greatest scent memory in the world like some of you guys do, but I'm stumped because all it says is "I think I love you" on it. It's definitely not a floral to it. It does have kind of a fruit fragrance, but I can't like pinpoint an exact fruit, something like the cantaloupe or the peach, that if I were to smell it, I would definitely, identify with what it is. This one, I have no clue, but I know I like it, so I had to just go ahead and scoop it up. They had like 2 left, so I wanted to go ahead and get it. And then I kind of just did them alphabetical because I'm a little OCD like that, so I have them like alphabetically going this way. But I will just start. We have Applicious. Now this one's not bad. I mean, a genuine kind of a gala or like a Macintosh apple fragrance. But it's not the best I've ever smelled, especially when apple, especially this time of year, is such, there are so many options and such different varieties of them. This one actually smells a wee bit artificial to me. Now, it's one of those things, every person's different. It's going to smell a little bit different to every person, but for me, it's not so much my favorite. I mean, I do like it, and I will give it a try. But I'm not lying if I say I've smelled a little better. But it has a little touch of kind of a spice to it, but not a lot. So if you're not a cinnamon spice fan, then it won't overpower. But if you're expecting something crisp like the green apple fragrance that was from Better Homes this past season, now that one stood on its own as far as like a good sour apple fragrance. This one doesn't, it kind of falls flat to me in between them. But I haven't melted it yet, so I will give that a try, but we'll see how it stands up to other apple scents that are out there. Then we have Candied Caramel Pecan. Some of these have been out, some have been recently added. I just never did the first haul that I've done. I just kind of bought about 10 of them, and now I've gone back and kind of collected the rest. I can't believe I didn't grab this one the first round because it is awesome. Now, I'm personally not a huge pecan fan. I mean, the actual nut anyway. Now, I love the pies or these fillings like on the bars that you make. And this one definitely kind of has like a good maple and brown sugar type fragrance to it. It's really good. I mean, that's what I mostly smell out of it. It's just kind of, like I've said, kind of a brown sugar and maple fragrance. I do love that. It's a good sweet one, but it's not overpowering either. So this is a good one for bakery fans who don't want something that's just going to knock you on the floor. So that's a good one to start out with bakery. This one's a new one, Chilled Berry Bellini. It's a little weird. I have to go back and smell some of these new ones because I haven't been playing with them as often as the others. It's definitely kind of sweet. The type of Bellini, it's nowhere near what some of the Bath & Body Works Bellini candles and, the sprays and stuff from the last Christmas anyway. It doesn't compare at all to those, but it's not terrible. For being like $2 from here, it's not terrible, but it's not quite as great as the Bath & Body Works ones are, just being honest. But I will definitely give it a try. It's a good sweet berry scent. Nothing really extra to it, nothing alcoholic based to it, nothing, no other kind of fruit thrown in. It just smells like just a good fresh berry scent, pretty sweet. But I'm definitely excited to try it, that's for sure. I'll try anything. Then we have Chocolate Peppermint Truffle. This one I love, and it's this pretty like mint green color. This one is kind of a new favorite. I've only recently, in the last year or so, started to have like a new appreciation for peppermint. I've always hated the stuff. But now that they're throwing in kind of these like sweet chocolates and bark, like peppermint bark type things, I'm in love with peppermint all of a sudden. So I think that's going to be like my go-to fragrance for the year or for Christmas anyway, are the peppermint fragrances. And this one is a definite, like, just chocolatey, like peppermint. Like, it's more chocolate than the mint. But I'm loving it. Like, it reminds me of an Andes mint. If you've ever had the Andes mint, the little ones you get from Olive Garden, or you can actually buy them on your own. it's exactly what it makes me think of. So it's actually pretty darn good. So I love that one. And then another newbie, which doesn't really make sense for the fall, but whatever. It's grapefruit, melon, sage. This one's pretty good. I like this a little better than like the Bellini one. It kind of, you can kind of get that sage in there because it kind of has like a, kind of a mint, you know, kind of fragrance to the grapefruit. So you get the citrus of it, and you do get the kind of the sage, which is kind of more of kind of a mint. So it's actually pretty good. I guess it could really, you could use it for it being like where I live, it's not cold. It's in the 80s still during the day. So as much as I love my fall scents, if I ever want to take a break because it's so hot outside, this is kind of a good perfect middle guy who's not really fall, but he's not screaming summertime. So that's kind of a good one, I think. You guys should check him out. I never get those back right away. Then we have Fragrant Evergreen Forest. Another goodie. They've got a little bit of a few woodsy ones in here that I'll get to. This one's pretty good. It's pretty much up the balsam and Christmas tree alley, but the good news is it's not so much of that pine that you feel like you could only melt it at Christmas time. So this one I'm a little bit excited because it's just a little touch down from just that pure Christmas tree scent. So I think this is going to be a goodie, and I think I might actually do this guy tonight because it's smelling really great. Another one of the drink line, like the little drink ones they've suddenly popped up with. And actually, I've seen the candles of this one around for a while, but for some reason, I've never seen the cubes. But it's iced raspberry sangria. And it's kind of like that Bellini one, but it's a little worse. I have to say, this one does have a bit of the artificial smell to it. I'm not overly excited about it. I mean, I'll definitely try anything once, and once I find the ones I love, I go back and I like try to get what I can of it. But this one is definitely, even just cold smell. Now, I'll see how it is when it's burnt, you know, melting. But so far, I'm not really impressed. Like, it's not a juicy, you know, I love lemonades. I love anything that's got those kind of strong fragrances and some citrus to it. But this one, it kind of falls flat for me. It's sweet, but it just kind of, yeah, I'm just not very impressed with that one. But that's just one opinion. You guys could totally love it, knock it out of the park, be my guest. I just haven't really got much of it. This one is Mulberry Plum Spice. Now, this one's pretty good. I actually don't get, like, any spice out of it. I just really get that mulberry plum smell. It just smells like a juicy fruit. Like, again, I don't really know what it's actually supposed to smell like. But this one's really good. Like, this, to me, screams a good juice or like a fruit fragrance that's not overdone. I guess the spice in it does tone it back down, so it's not overpowering, but it's definitely going to be better than some of these other, like the sangria and the Bellini ones that are supposed to be like a sweet fruit. This one knocks them out of the park, just from the cold sniff anyway. And then this one's a definite good one for the fall and like Thanksgiving season, for sure. This one is a part of their little like woods line, I've noticed. It's Pure White Woods. This one's really, really, really great. Like the other one that they have, the Mountain Cabin Escape, which I've said smells like a good looking man. Like it smells cologne-y. Well, this one I think's a little bit better. It's kind of a brown color. I love this one. Like, it really reminds me of, like, some of the stuff my husband will use when he gets out of the shower. Like, you know, if guys use their Axe or things like that. And then, you know how anybody, when they get out of the shower, like, you have that lingering smell. That's kind of what it makes me think of. But I love that smell. Like, I love anything that's, like, designed for men's. It's a definite, you know, for women, it drives us crazy. So I do love those kind of cologne scents. And that's, I know it's a weird analogy, but that's what it makes me think of, is that lingering, like, after the shower smell of a cologne, like a body wash anyway. So I love this one. If you love these wood scents that are very musky and very, you know, cologne, but this one's not that strong, so that's kind of good to it. So I'm loving that one. I'm loving that one. Then we have Sizzlin' Cinnamon. Pretty basic. It smells like Big Red Gum. Basically, there's no other way to describe that one. Because obviously, cinnamon can go, you can get sweet cinnamons, or you can have cinnamon that's thrown into, you know, pumpkins and apples and things like that. But this one just smells like straight up Big Red Gum. So that's actually a little bit exciting because I love some Big Red Gum. Sparkling Cranberry Zest, another great one. You definitely get the citrus, you definitely get the cranberry. So it is I love this one. I'm very excited for this one as far as my fruit fragrances go. This one could really be an any-timer because it's not anything spicy. It's not anything altered to make the season. It's just, if you love citrus, and yeah, it's great. You guys have got to go out and try this one because I'm loving this one to the moon, as a little balladeer would say. Then we have spiced apple and clove. Now we do have spiced, or there's another spiced apple one, but this one's a little bit different. Oopsies. This one's pretty good, but it's a little sweet, believe it or not. I don't know if it's like the clove that does that or what. But it's not really... This might be a good one for people who aren't big spice and cinnamon fanatics. Like, this one's a lot toned down. So this is a pretty good one. Another goodie that I'm kind of like excited about because it's more of that apple and clove than it is the spice in it. So it's got a little hint of that sweet to it. So for you guys that can't stand spice fragrances, that's going to be a good one for you guys. Sugared vanilla shortbread. Basically, if you've ever bought like the little Pillsbury sugar cookies that have the little cartoons on them, and each season anyway, you bake them, that's exactly what it smells like. It smells like sugar cookies. Love it. I love it. I love it. And it's not overly strong either. Like, you know, cupcake smells, things like that can really knock you out and be in your face. But this is a good one for people who love bakery but don't like it in your face like the cupcakes. This is a good starter for people that love bakery fragrances, and especially sugar cookies. Love them, love baking them, love eating them. So I do love that one. Then we have Warm Autumn Welcome. Now, at first, I was trying to think of a difference between this guy and the A Thankful Harvest. But Warm Autumn Welcome reminds me more of kind of a spiced pumpkin in a way. Just more of that spicy, typical pumpkin fragrance. And then A Thankful Harvest is more... I've been burning this guy lately. Oh, melting. I always say burning. This one is just more of a genuine pumpkin smell. So, believe it or not, there is a difference. This guy is a lot more spicy to him because, you know, some of these that have the cute names, they just don't really have like a breakdown of what's in them on the packaging. But I like this one a little bit better than the Thankful Harvest one cold anyway. And I'm loving Thankful Harvest melting. So, this one should really like blow my expectations of that. Then we have Warm Baking Spice, which really is kind of like a nutmeg smell. I really get like a sweet, just more of the sweet spice smells, which is good. I love it. It's definitely a little bit different because it does get old, that strong cinnamon and spice kind of fragrances they put in everything. So I like this one. It's kind of like that shortbread one where it's a little bit toned down. So if you like something sweet that's not in your face, you know, maybe you want it in just kind of one room and not your entire house to smell like it. Another good one, it just smells a lot like nutmeg to me. I've got 2 left and I'll be done, I promise. Warm Comforting Kitchen. This is a new one I've recently seen on the shelf. This one is kind of weird. They've got, what, an apple, cinnamon, and I guess, you know, like some kind of nuts on here. It's not very strong at all, whatever it is. I really can't tell at this point. Like, it really makes a whole lot of nonsense when I'm smelling it cold. This might be one I try out this week to kind of give a try because I don't know, because I'm going to sniff it again. I'm turning into that person, but I'm going to put my face in it for a moment. And I get nothing. I don't know. You guys help me out if you've bought this one or smelled it. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's a cute name. We'll see. Then we have my last one is Warm Rustic Woods, another one of their kind of woodsy ones. Woodsy. And this one's different. This one's not cologne smelling either. This doesn't make me think of a guy. This one, I don't know how to describe it either. It's kind of, I'm so weird. I guess I'm not the best person to do descriptions, am I? But I'm loving it. It's more of what those kind of cabin and fireside type ones smell like to me. It's kind of got more of that burning woods element to it, but it doesn't have a lot. It doesn't really have that cologne to it. So this would be a good one for you people out there who don't like those strong cologne fragrances. If you like something that's kind of a genuine forest fragrance, this is going to be it for you guys. And I really like this one. I'm definitely ready to try out these different woods ones that I've bought because they are so different, believe it or not, because one's more cologne, this one's more of the fire burning. The other one is just more of like an evergreen smell. So I love this one. I'm loving it. It's a good, like just those typical fireside ones, kind of a dupe for those different ones. And they've already gotten some that they're competing with their self on. But yeah, so this is my collective haul. I've gotten these over the last like 2-3 weeks. Well, something like that, since I've done my last one anyway. I just pick them up here and there when I go to Walmart, and sometimes my sister gives me some, my mother-in-law gives me some, so it's kind of exciting because now I've got like a little collection going on. And it looks like they're going to start slowly pulling in some winter stuff and getting into the Christmas one, so I'm really excited to try those out. So, thanks for stopping by, you guys, and as always, comment, rate, subscribe. I've got plenty of stuff to follow up with. A lot's going on this time of year, my favorite time of year, and I will see you guys later. Bye!